What animated movies do you think could be translated to live action like seamlessly or gracefully?
Road to El Dorado.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Does it have to be animated movie, or can it be anything that was animated?
I think movie, because that's what we've been getting is movies
Yeah.
to movies.
Treasure Planet. Easy.
Treasure Planet would be good.
You know.
I would also tap into that same era of Disney, Atlantis, The Lost Empire.
Yeah. I would also say Sinbad, though. I could get like a Prince of Persia vibe
Oh
from that.
yeah,
Sinbad.
that
I
was
would
Brad
love.
Pitt. We were talking about that earlier. Which movie? scene
Yeah,
is
that was. The Iron Giant, dude.
Ooh.
I think that would be really fun as live action.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Still keep it in like what the 80s or 90s. Keep
Yeah.
the time
Or it
setting.
was like 50s, wasn't it?
It could have been 50s.
Put Gareth Edwards on that.
See, the thing was, as a kid, I always thought the black-haired guy would be perfectly played from Life Finds a Way.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, he always like seemed Jeff Goldblum-y to me.
I guess so. Yeah. What about the Disney flop, The Dark Cauldron? That could work in live action.
That could work in live action.
I think that was a book too, so you could just adapt the book and be like, "This
Yeah.
is a Disney animated
Yeah.
remake."
I mean, Fern Gully, I think could be cool.
Yeah, these are some movies that like didn't hit
Do
the
well.
mark specifically.
So I think they could be better as live action because you don't
Agreed.
have high expectations. for
totally
it,
agree.
You
bro.
know,
Yes.
I do have high expectations for El Dorado, Treasure Planet, and Atlantis though, because I
Yeah.
think they were underrated hits.
I think Atlantis is one of the better ones of that era.
Absolutely, positively.
Chicken Little.
You want Chicken Little?
I hate
That'd
that
be
movie, dude.
You hate Chicken Little?
I do not like that.
There's a
You like
song-
that movie?
There's a song that goes hard.
It's the end of the world.
No, the other one.
Hey, here's one that's like a live action animated thing that didn't do very well. Home on the Range with the cows.
Hey, dude.
You remember that?
Yeah, I love that movie.
That movie with the yodeling cowboy is like
Yes,
the bad guy?
yes.
I don't sing. I
Yodel.
yodel.
I love that.
As a kid, I thought that was the funniest movie of all time. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
We grew up in the South. I'm like, man, these are cows. I love cows.
One little slip.
Oh, yeah,
was a
okay.
fusion of confusion and.
You know, that movie had some fun ideas, like with the aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, too. What do you think would be an animated movie that would also work in a live-action setting? Don Tavius from Discord says, you can make any villain in fiction a hero. Who are you choosing?
I said the easy one, Magneto.
He's already a hero most of the time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Black Adam.
Again,
If he
he's
really
kind
wanted
of
to shake up the hierarchy of power.
he's kind of like an anti-hero
Let's do
nowadays.
Darkseid, you know? Let's fuck it. Just completely turn it on its head. Make Darkseid a hero.
I love when Brainiac turns into a hero. I think that's really fun.
Brainiac 5
Yeah,
and the...
like the Legion of Superheroes. What about like a Dr. Octavius? He's kind of good sometimes.
He was
kinda
good for a while
turns.
when he was Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, the Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah. Maybe
Crazy
not,
run.
maybe not superior, but, you know.
The superior race of spider people.
I just called myself that because I am superior.
He's like a redditor at that point.
Yeah.
Tipping his hat. I'm the superior.
He's the one,
being.
like, I don't know what the Daily Bugle is saying about Spider-Man. He's awesome, you know?
Yeah, dude. Oh, the Mandarin would be cool. I always liked his powers.
Yeah, I like that.
What about like an Atrocitus or something like an angry,
Dude.
but he's angry for justice?
No, do the greedy one, the orange guy. But like, he's greedy for everyone else. Like, this is theirs. You know?
Oh, okay. That would be
Instead
a
of
whole
this is
different
mine.
emotion, wouldn't it? A whole different color.
No, it's still greed, but just for other people.
Okay. Is there like a lust lantern?
Well, there's a love.
There's a love
There's
lantern.
a pink spectrum.
Do you like that there's so many spectrums?
Not really. It makes sense.
It makes
It
sense.
really does.
Because if there's will, there might be others.
There's got to be other emotions, obviously. You know, even though willpower isn't exactly an emotion,
Yeah.
but that's where they went with it. It makes sense, and I love it for the fact that greed, there's only one,
Yeah.
because he's like, there's not going to be anyone
Makes
else.
a lot of sense,
It's
doesn't
just
it?
me.
It's one of those, like, I show up to a blank competition and my opponent is blank.
Yeah.
It's like I show up to a greed competition and my opponent's like
Yeah.
the guy who stole everyone else's rings.
Yeah, dude. So I really like that. But it gets to the point where it's like, okay, we got another spectrum color. Now it's the same as that we've got another Earth Green Lantern. Come on now.
Yeah.
How many do we need?
I really enjoyed. I don't know if it was like a full comic run. I think it may have been. Surely it was based on something in the comics, but
Yeah.
there was an episode of Batman Brave and the Bold, I believe, where he goes
Love
to a
Batman
different
Brave and the Bold.
dimension, and there's like a Black Manta that's a good guy.
Yeah.
It's like Injustice, but if all the villains were also heroes of the reverse. That
vibe
went
with
hard,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. I'm with it.
It might have been Justice League, but I think it was.
Good, I'm
Brave and the Bold.
rewatching Batman Brave and the Bold.
I was thinking about doing it too.
I
Honestly.
said Batman, the Brave and the Bold.
Batman the Brave and the Bold would be the best movie I've
I
ever
put my
seen.
pants on.
Good question. That's actually a tough question too.
Yeah, tough question.
But good
Tough.
question.
Yeah.
Lightning asks, how would y'all incorporate the Spidey sense into a minigame in the AAA games?
The Batman games and even the Shadow of War and Mordor, is you have someone coming to hit you, and you
Oh,
have
yeah.
Y, and you
Yeah.
you turn around and you counter it.
Well, I think that's what he says. He's like, because that's an ability that many studios who made Spidey games forget to be creative with. But
Yeah.
like, that's what you would do. I mean, that's how you.
That's how you would have to just be like, hey, someone's about to hit you, press this button to turn around and fight them instead.
I don't know if you could do like a mini game, like one of those like kind of button presser.
Yeah,
things.
I wouldn't want too much of a mini game in it
Yeah.
because it's something small. It's just more of a reflex kind of thing, so it should just be a quick button press. It shouldn't be a whole mini game because it should be reflexive.
Right, it's the spider sense. You know?
Yeah.
like that's kind of how it works with him too. Like he gets like a brief sense of it. It's not like he can always dodge it either. You know,
I also hate that they call it
the Peter Tingle.
the tingle. You
Yeah,
know?
it sucks.
I f***ing hate that, dude. It's the Marvelization of it.
Absolutely, like we're making this a joke. Even
Yeah, the
though it's-
MCUified.
Like they didn't have to make it a full joke for like everything. It
and
could have
Andrew
been a
Garfield
one-off
saying,
joke.
"I've got the tingle, just not for bread." It's like, be like, well, first of all, it's actually called a Spidey sense, is what I call it. So
Yeah,
I'll
it's
call it
actually a serious
tingle.
thing. It's a superpower. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's dumb. You could do like a dark room or something, and it's like just your outline, but then like you kind of see where people are coming from to hit
Yeah.
you or something. Like just like a fully.
Could slow down time.
Yeah, that could
and
be
you have
cool.
to press a button combo, maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
YXB or YXA. But the problem is, I like when there's a bunch of people fighting me, and I just have to press Y or X or something to
Yeah.
just quick work and turn around and do it. If I had to do it every single time, I don't think it'd be that fun. That's why I don't think minigame is really the way it should go.
You could incorporate it, but I think you're right.
Yeah,
would
I am
prefer it
right.
more just
I'm
like
usually
a-
right. So
I prefer it
the quicker
more like
you realize
a-
that, the quicker
just like a
we'll
reflexive
have a
kind
better
of thing.
time.
Okay. Dante asks, I think the recently canceled Black Panther game would have been too similar to the Spider-Man games from Insomniac. Thoughts?
I don't care what you have to say, Dante. How about that? Okay,
Don't be
buddy.
mean to my friend Dante.
Dante's a boy.
He's one of the
Hey,
boys.
the boy. No, that's what I was kind of scared of too. Sony as a whole has a problem where they kind of slip into same but different with a lot of their studios. It's weird that all their studios are different, but then you see a Sony exclusive story-driven game,
Yeah.
and they all kind of play the same.
Was Sony incorporated? Were they going to make that game, or was it someone else?
I think it was going to be under Sony, surely, right?
Well, they were working on a Wolverine game.
Naughty
I
Dog
think.
was making it.
Were they?
Who was making the Black Panther?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not a
I
genius.
thought I heard something about Naughty Dog.
Could have been. That would have been cool.
Who made Spider-Man?
Insomniac,
Insomniac.
which is like a thing of
Yeah,
PlayStation.
they're under Sony. That's why I was thinking Sony kind of, because Naughty Dog, Insomniac, anyone people who make God of War, they all kind of tell a story
Yeah.
more than play the video game. You
Right.
know, kind of gets a little exhausting after a while.
Depending on the game, but I do agree. Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of agree with Dante. It probably would have been too similar to Spider-Man.
as far as like gameplay wise, though, like you could have the same kind
No,
of.
you could make it. You should make it different, but I feel like they would have just fell into, well, Spider-Man works as a
Yeah,
superhero
you're right.
game, so why not make this as like a Spider-Man game so
think-
we know it works?
I even think the Wolverine game, from what I saw, was pretty similar to Spider-Man.
Exactly. So it's like this formula for a superhero game works. Let's just make all our superhero games follow that formula.
you could do like the whole stealth aspect of the Black Panther, like set it at night.
I'm
kinda
not a
do
big stealth guy.
Well, but weren't a big JRPG person until Expedition 33.
Yeah, but that's because it wasn't fully JRPG.
All right. Well, this doesn't have to be fully stealth. It could be other stuff in it.
Better
you know.
not be.
It's a superhero game. I'm
Well, it's
assuming you're
canceled
doing
now,
big
so I can't
fights.
do it.
Never mind. Yeah, you're right. You're probably right, Dante. Yes, but I am an optimist who likes to hope for good things. So Lightning asks, when will Steven start to read the new Ultimate Spider-Man? He said you should also read the Ultimate Invasion for the full context.
Never. What about that one, buddy?
I heard it's real good. I might check it out.
You know what?
eventually.
I'll make a deal with you, Lightning. Here's my thing,
Okay.
and this is a challenge for everybody. We're at 2 members right now. If we get to 5 members, I'll read Ultimate Spider-Man.
Are you gonna make a whole video about it? Talking about it?
We'll probably talk about it in like a Beyond the Binge or something. Or you know what? I'll make it for the members. How about that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Could do it for that. Yeah, if we get 5 members, I'll read. How long is this line?
It's not super long.
Okay, I'll read it then.
That's probably like I don't know, like 20, maybe 20
Oh,
issues.
yeah, I'll read it, dog. Give me 5 members. Campaign for it. You don't necessarily have
Yeah.
to do it, but if we get to 5 members, I'll read it. How about
Hop
that?
in the streams,
Yeah.
incorporate, get the people going.
Yeah,
you know?
gets the people going.
It's provocative.
We would like to take a second and thank the 2 members of our channel. They are Glenn F, which is Glaven, thank you, and Chevy God S55 something or other. Hop Gavin, you know who you are. Thank you so much. If you'd like to be a member, the link is going to be in the description, so do that if you like. If
Just hit
not,
the
also
join
no
button
pressure.
as well there
Yeah,
on the bottom. We are doing trailer reactions. We're doing the full edited version of our podcast where we also it's
Free to
uncensored.
members. Yep.
Free to members. You can also hear Steven cuss. He cusses a lot during these videos.
Oh, you don't bleep it there?
No.
Yeah.
It's bleeped in this, but it's not going to be bleeped.
Thank you
in
for another edit. I appreciate you.
But no, yeah, join the membership, guys. If we get to 5 members this week, Steven is going to
Or just when we get to 5 members, I'll do it.
yeah, you're going to read Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man. That's like 20 issues apparently. But
Ish. I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
so yeah, thank you for our members, and thank you for all the subscribers as well. Thank you to anyone who watches the channel. Okay, so what characters do you think deserved a happier ending? Rengoku is the first one from I haven't watched the Cyberpunk show, but I do know that they made an untimely end. I haven't watched BoJack Horseman, but he's just depressing as a whole.
I think
so
he got a bad ending, didn't he?
BoJack Horseman.
I think you
I
might
don't
have
know.
got a bad ending.
You watched it.
I watched one season and one episode, one. I watched the first season and didn't like it.
And then, of course, Itachi and Eren Yeager. So, who do I think deserved a happier ending? For me, it would be between either Rengoku or Itachi, because Eren Yeager kind of got his happy ending.
Eren Yeager.
Just
kinda
in
smell
that
like
happy
tobacco.
ending, he had to die. Rengoku's was not a happy ending for him, and his death really just kind of bought time for the sun to come up. So that could have been better. And same with Itachi. He could have had more time with Sasuke, maybe. So, but I really like Rengoku, so I'm going to say Rengoku.
Bet.
It definitely deserved a happier ending than what he got.
And I agree with Steven on this one.
Absolutely. That fight's so sick. You should watch the Mugen Train.
I should watch most of these, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I plan to. They're pretty much all on the list. What is your favorite human Green Lantern? I think we mentioned
We
this last
did
week,
kind
didn't
of mention this before. I think you may have just asked me that
I did,
question,
yeah.
actually. But yeah, my answer would be Kyle Rayner. And you said John Stewart.
John Stewart, because of the Justice League animated show.
Mhm.
Also, I like that he's like an architect, so his are more like structurally
Yeah.
sound
and
structures.
military, too, before that.
True. But also, Hal Jordan's also military, so it's like
Yeah, but he didn't serve, did he?
he was
just
like a fighter pilot or something, I think.
yeah,
So,
but not in any war. Well, I mean, by the time he kind of came out in the comics, he probably did.
he may have, who knows. But I like that. I just like his, his more like clear, clean vision
Yeah.
for his structures. Whereas like Kyle Rayner, to your point, he's like an artist, so he makes like more creative stuff.
Yeah.
He'll do some like crazy. He'll make
He
like
really
a,
does,
a
dude.
big Gundam to like a big metal
Yeah,
suit to
dude.
fight into.
Oh,
So
I
cool.
just love his story so much.
I love, dude. I mean, Green Lantern is a great series.
It's great.
It's such a
dude.
cool idea, cool
Yeah.
powers. Great, love it. Lightning says, do you guys think that it was a missed opportunity that they didn't incorporate their original pre-production Ben as another variant of Ben? I think so. I think it was iconic enough at that point, like in the fan base, especially by the time OV rolled around, that you could have done that.
Yeah.
It just would have been hard to incorporate, like, because they all had Omnitrixes at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Omnitrices.
Omnitrices.
They all had Omnitrixes.
Omnibussy.
So it would be tough for them to be like a whole different watch mechanic
Yeah.
entirely. Like I think the Biomatrix
Yeah.
would be like the closest you would get to something
Yeah.
different,
Yeah,
or like an Ultimatrix, I guess.
For
But
sure.
but yeah, I mean they could have done something with it, surely.
Yeah, I don't really care one way or the other. I didn't really like his design. I'm glad they went more alien with it.
I think we're a little too peeked behind the curtain and everything
Yeah.
nowadays. Like
Yeah.
if you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, half of it is about like in studio inside jokes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the whole Deadpool or whole Gambit not having a movie thing was really
Yeah.
kind of tipped it over the edge for me. Where I'm like, we should know about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the reason Nicolas Cage showed up fighting a spider in The Flash. Like,
yes, dude.
it doesn't make any sense.
It does not.
Dante asks, what shows or movies deserve a prequel? You have a good answer for this?
Movies? I would love a prequel to Atlantis.
Here's one, The Matrix.
Oh! You know what?
That
Here's
is
another
me.
one. I was going to say Terminator, but all of them are technically prequels.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, the prequel would be in the future when Judgment Day happens.
We saw Judgment, or what's it called? Judgment? Terminator Genesis?
Mhm.
Is that what the one? No.
No, I don't know.
What was the one where it was like the Christian Bale one that was like in the future?
Ooh,
Terminator
Salvation?
Salvation.
Yeah.
I like the idea of that one. It was
Yeah.
better in concept, I think, than actual
Yeah.
execution, but
So let me take a different swing at this then. I was going to say Alien, but we've got prequels for that.
Prometheus, not really, kinda, you know.
Kinda. Same.
Same, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like I would love it, like an Atlantis setting in an Atlantis movie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
What about a prequel of Grandpa Max as a plumber, like when he first got?
That'd be
his
cool.
plumber
Well,
stuff?
we've seen a few of those flashbacks anyway. You know.
And I f- with them. I like them.
I like them a lot.
Show me some more Xylene is what I'm really asking you
yeah.
for.
Or, yeah.
Jake Long, I want to see where Grandpa came from. And see
came from
Grandpa's-
China.
I want to see the China stories.
Okay, that's where he came from.
Be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I like the Grandpa character.
He's sick as.
Got some
It skips a
flashback of him
generation
too. didn't he?
That's so hurtful to the
Poor
mom.
mom, yeah.
She was so upset.
But his sister got it too, didn't she?
Yeah, but that's the same generation.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, like if Grandpa had another kid, they wouldn't have the power regardless.
Yeah.
So
The dad in that show is so funny. What was the point of all the cartoon dads in that generation just being so stupid and silly?
I think that was just the vibe of dads back then.
Maybe so. Like
Yeah.
Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner.
Jimbo, my boy.
Timmy, I'm respecting your privacy by knocking, but I'm also asserting my dominance as your parent to come in anyway.
Love that, dude. He says, so when'd your hopes and dreams die? What year were you born? Slipped right over our heads as a kid.
I love that, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I think I usually just slip back into the cartoon modes.
Yeah.
I don't really have a great answer for that, Dante. I'll be honest with you. I think that's a good question. It's easier to think of like sequels,
Yeah.
more so than
than
prequels.
Yeah.
'Cause
You don't know until you think about it one day. Like, it'll hit me in the shower and back. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like any like old man characters, like Mr. Miyagi prequel from like the Karate Kid or something. I'd
Yeah,
watch
that'd be
that.
sick.
Sick. Dante asks if you had the Biomatrix, what fusion transformations would you use? Not Atomic X, because he is a fraud, and I'll stand on business on that one.
On business, I would go accelerate Humongosaur.
Ooh, fast and strong.
Have fast and strong, my dog.
What about Spider Monkey and 4 arms? Have like 6 arms or something?
Do like an Itadori thing and do Swamp Fire and Big Chill.
Ooh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
What about Goop and Humongosaur? That's peak.
That's so stupid. So stupid.
Did we ever talk about that? It's like the people commented on that and were kind of asking why we were so hard on that, but it's just silly. It's just funny.
Yeah,
it's
that's
goofy,
silly.
you know.
Goofy little guy.
But I get like you would want to be like you're more durable as Goop, but you're
Just to with Azimuth, I'd go Gray Matter and Brainstorm.
ooh. You would be smarter than him at that point, surely, right?
For sure, dog. I
You
just
would
have to be
mix the-
Brainstorm to be smarter than him.
Ooh, that's a hot take right there.
Just saying. They have bigger brains.
Well, you could surely combine some electrical aliens like
Amphibian
Shuck
upgrade,
Squatch,
maybe.
Shuck Squatch and Amphibian, maybe.
Yeah.
Amphibian and Big Chill go double intangible.
NRG and the Turtle Man.
Oh yeah, I think you could easily get some broken combos though, like do a water hazard and amphibian, do some like shocking water kind of
Oh,
situations.
sick, dude.
You could easily go some of that stuff too.
Yeah. Well, Swamp Fire and Big Chill would actually be fire so hot it burned. Or fire.
Shut the hell up.
Ice so cold it burned.
You shut the hell up right now. Shouldn't he be called Ultimate Echo? Ultimate Echo.
Shut up.
That's not how that works, Dante.
Get out of here with that. I don't want to think about that.
Okay, so I asked you
Ultimate
this
Echo.
one.
Echo. Ultimate Echo. I don't know now.
If his name is Echo Echo,
It's like,
it
where
should
do you
be-
put the tie?
It should be Ultimate Echo Echo.
Oh, I guess so.
Maybe more so than Ultimate Echo.
Yeah, I'm just
who
stick with
knows?
Ultimate Echo Echo.
So who would win in a fight, Steven? John Wick, Ethan Hunt,
John Wick.
Jason Bourne,
John Wick.
James Bond,
John Wick.
Mr. Extraction. I don't know his name.
Mr. Extraction?
It's that Chris Hemsworth Netflix series.
Oh, yeah.
I like those movies, by the way.
Those are really good
Yeah,
movies.
they're good, like dad action movies.
Oh, 100%.
Most of these are dad action
Yeah,
movies. I think.
I've got to go with Keanu on this one, though.
Yeah, he's just. I mean, he's the boogeyman. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You can't really beat John Wick
Yeah.
in a fight.
And the thing is, like, Mission Impossible guy,
Ethan
Hunt, he never really shows, like, great hand-to-hand fighting, you know?
He's just sort of pretty lucky. Like he does get his ass kicked in that Fallout movie with
Yeah.
where he's in the bathroom and
He,
what's his name?
Yeah.
Henry Cavill does the.
Yeah. he
Like,
even
he
said,
gets-
like, I didn't even mean to do I just did it, and the whole studio was like, can you do that again? He was like, I don't know. I kind of just did it, you know?
Kind of just pump the arms.
Yeah.
there.
And Tom Cruise was like, that was sick, dude. Do it again.
Love that. Yeah, Ethan Hunt might escape this situation, but I think John Wick comes out on top.
Oh, for sure.
James Bond, especially the Daniel Craig James Bond, I feel like
Yeah.
he's kind of a
He
fraud.
does a lot of running.
Low key, kind of a fraud. Jason Bourne, he's just kind of a guy.
He's
I mean,
crazy, though.
he's a
I've
big
seen his
fighter.
fighting skills.
but like at the same time, I feel like he's just a dude. Like he's not on John Wick's level of
I'm
fighting.
just
in
a
my opinion.
girl in the world. That's Ethan Hunt. I mean, Jason Bourne.
Especially with like no guns or whatever. No one said no guns, by the way.
I think it's because the choreography of Keanu Reeves's Baba Yaga
Yeah.
is just John Wick is just so intense.
You know, he takes a lot of hits too. All these guys take hits, I think. So
yeah.
maybe not James Bond, but
Yeah. No, I'm going John Wick.
Yeah, me
Mr. Wick.
love John Wick, bro.
Love it.
Lightning asks, he took this from Instagram. Place your bets. Which side do you want to win? 1 ultimate way big or 1,000 ultimate cannon bolts?
It's 1,000 ultimate cannon bolts.
because the one.
It's
thing,
just so many, dude.
the thing we saw, and like they must be virtually indestructible at this
yeah,
point.
you could kick them. They just come back.
Yeah, because like millions of years of evolution only like upgraded their pelt a little bit to be like more
Yeah.
metal or whatever.
Yeah.
Like ultimate way big is pretty much just as strong as way big, just bigger.
Yeah.
I guess. So I don't think.
And 1,000 cannon bolts is a lot of cannon bolts, dude. They swarm his body, suffocate him,
And-
eat his penis.
Okay. Well, no, and the thing with Ultimate Way-Big too, he's low-key a fraud too, just like Atomic X. Like he
Yeah.
only had one big showing, and he lost heavy.
Yeah,
So-
he goes, ultimate way big. I'm still only half the size of one of Cthulhu's tentacles.
Yeah, the Dagon. He really should have won the fight.
I want a Cthulhu movie so bad, dude.
Yeah. Are you gonna watch Lovecraft Country?
Probably. Does it have Cthulhu in it?
I didn't finish it.
Oh, you
be
don't
honest.
like it?
I liked the first couple episodes. I just never got around to finishing them.
Damn. There's any
Um,
more Cthulhu in my life, man.
I bet there's a movie. I bet you could find a Cthulhu movie.
Probably.
That's something like a romper.
I want Guillermo del Toro.
I was gonna say
to do it,
GDT
though,
would be
dude.
great in that.
I
Yeah,
just want him to do it.
great. We almost got some Cthulhu stuff in Hellboy. You
Yeah,
the
I
little
know. That's what I'm
tentacles
saying.
coming
I
down.
need more.
Need more. Okay, Lightning asked, do you wish we had gotten more monstrous look to Kevin's abilities in UAF, like his official OV Kevin Considine? Did you see this?
Yeah, I did.
It was cool.
It's all right.
I like it because it's more uniform with his like classic look, I guess.
Yeah, I do like it because like the Kevin we get in Alien Force and stuff, just more it looks like a different color of Kevin. You know?
It stinks because like when you first see that, you're like, holy crap, he can absorb whatever now.
Yeah.
But like by the third or fourth season of that show, even you're like, I'm kind of bored of this.
Yeah,
I've seen
he's
it.
just gonna absorb something just to get knocked out.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe if it mixed it up a little bit,
Yeah. Plus, like it would show a little bit of growth from his Alien Force or UAF.
have
era
some
days,
texture
too.
to it. You know, I just want some texture
Yeah.
to it.
You can kind of see that, like he absorbs some wood at one point in that series. I think he gets a
Yeah.
little more like
Woody.
scraggedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, the picture they show in the concept art
That
is
looks
sick.
pretty cool,
I
yeah.
love that he's like got a big
Yeah, throw it
like
up
the
on the
thing,
screen for us.
like like Ben Grimm, like the thing.
Yeah, very thingy.
Are you more excited for Superman or Fantastic Four?
Superman.
Steven? Superman straight up. Is there a reason? Or it's like MCU's machines kind of worn you down? Or?
No, I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be better than any MCU schlop we've seen in a minute. But I'm just really excited to see a really happy, bright Superman movie, and it's like the debut of James Gunn's true DCU movie thing.
Yeah.
I'm just excited, man. I'm
there
so
day one,
excited.
bro.
Yeah, me
David
too.
Cornsweat's great casting.
You
great-
have to go with me on that one too. So
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
because we're gonna have to talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Dante asks if you could live in any verse of your choice, what verse would you choose to live in? I go immediately. I don't know what my brain says about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like that's not a great world
well,
because it's like war torn and there's all this like Fire Nation BS and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
like, I want to live there, man.
I kind of want to live there too.
I want to live there.
I want to be there.
Pokemon comes to mind. Get
Pokemon,
yourself a fun little
dude.
Pokemon. There's a fun trend on TikTok right now where it's like pick your realistic Pokemon, and the trend is supposed to be like what animals do you see on a daily basis that you could catch. So like I have a dog, I might have a Schnauzer, so I got
Yeah.
the Stoutland
Stoutland.
Pokemon, or like I've got
5 cats. So
yeah, you would have like Skitty and Persian and all these kind of like
yeah,
or more so I guess more be like Meowth, like a house
Yeah.
cat type of scenario.
yeah, Perugly.
Perugly, exactly. But then, like, a lot of people are being like, I would have Rayquaza since I love space.
What the?
Yeah, just like, where are you going to keep a dragon in your house?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He's huge.
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 What verse are you picking there, Steven?
Probably Pokemon. It's the safest bet.
Yeah.
Because
But, like,
in the other places, you run the risk of not getting the powers from that verse.
yeah,
In Pokemon, everyone can be a Pokemon trainer.
absolutely.
You know, and it's
Or, like,
peaceful.
you could pick, like, a My Hero where you're probably going to get a power, but
Yeah.
it might not be a good power.
Yeah, and I want a good power.
Or you can
At least
even
in
pick,
Pokemon,
like-
you can pick the Pokemon. You know,
Yeah.
you want a Electivire,
You just got to go find it.
you just go find it.
Yeah.
And trade it and hope they trade it back to you.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You could also, I mean, like, you always say powers, like, you want superpowers,
I
so
do
you wouldn't want
want
to do, like, a DC or a Marvel.
I was thinking like Destiny too.
Okay.
You know,
Is there good superpowers in that as well?
yeah, your Guardians. They have space magic.
Would you be a guardian though, or is that just like a one-off
I
thing?
would be. I would have to die first.
Okay. Well,
They better revive me.
what about Halo? You like Halo a lot.
Yeah, but you'd have to be a Spartan, and not a lot of people survive that process.
Doesn't sound fun being a Spartan.
Yeah.
No. I don't really. Maybe like a Crash Bandicoot
Maybe
or something
go into the
crazy.
Souls world.
Souls would be crazy. I don't think so, man.
No.
No,
It's very
thank you.
depressing in those worlds.
If I had an Omnitrix, I would easy pick Ben 10.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I would just be living in the same life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even probably know about aliens in Ben 10's universe.
Yeah.
least
We
for a
could
long
be in
time.
Big Ten's universe. We just don't know it. The View.
Kind of the same with DC and stuff too. I mean, you would probably know more about superheroes in
Yeah.
that world, but like, you probably wouldn't have powers.
No.
It's not the odds aren't in your favor.
If the question was and you were guaranteed to have a power from there, I'd probably pick like Marvel, DC, or something like that.
What about like Harry Potter or something?
Harry Potter would be sick as dude.
But you might be a Muggle. You might not have
No,
powers.
I don't
man.
want to.
But
I'm
you
a
might
muggle.
be.
I'm a muggle now, dog.
I know. So you could either run the risk of there being a weird secret world that you live.
Yeah.
I mean, again, could be the same world.
Could be the same world. Lord of the Rings, maybe.
Ooh, but that sounds like a hellscape too. There's all these monsters running around and dragons and stuff.
Yeah. But you go live in the Shire.
But you're a human being in the Shire.
Shires people don't care as long as you don't rock the boat.
I feel like they would be racist towards you in the Shire.
They would be, but eventually they'd smoke a pipe with you.
Get your tall ass out of here.
Yeah.
That's what they would say to me.
Yeah. They'd say it to me too, actually.
I think Pokemon's a pick. Honestly,
Yeah,
I love
Pokemon's gotta
Pokemon,
be.
man. All right, gang, that's going to do it for questions, comments, and voicemails. Thank you for leaving your questions and comments and voicemails. If you would like to be featured in the next video, you can also leave a comment underneath this video or any of our videos. We look through all of them. You can also leave us a voicemail on the Discord. You can find the link in the description below, and make sure to like and subscribe. And Steven, give us one thing about yourself that you've never told anyone ever before to end the video.
Okay. I have eczema, and as a kid, I didn't understand why I rolled in the grass and it was itchy. So as a kid, I came to the conclusion on my own, and I would tell people the reason my skin itched is because when mosquitoes bite you, you also get itchy. So when you rolled around the grass, you were itchy because mosquitoes also pooped on the grass.
And we'll see you next week, folks.